And you just messed my stream.
Sorry.
My intro up now.
Sorry.
Imagine everybody heading to the city of Liverpool. Let's give you peace a chance in Ukraine. We are live. And we are here.
Hello!
Hey. And it's Jamie Drew here. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. I am Jamie Drew. Welcome back to another live stream. If you're going to be tuning in late, fine, whatever. But if you're going to be replaying all this back, well, I hope you're going to join in the conversation at some point. I'm Jamie Drew. This is Damo. As always, Damo. And of course, well, she's been a good friend of mine for a while and also likes Eurovision as well. It's Nicole.
Hello, everyone.
She's been typing beforehand and everything, so she lives close to us and everything. So that makes sense. So that's a threesome. It's a threesome.
Yes.
A nice threesome.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, a lot to discuss.
Yeah.
In regards to the recent Eurovision news, well, a lot of recent Eurovision news, obviously with the with the Junior Eurovision songs, amongst other couple of
Host City.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. And also, I've been meaning to talk about. I've been meaning to do a separate video for it, but the OGAE contest, isn't it?
Yeah, which was cancelled.
It's now been cancelled. Yeah,
Yes.
I've been meaning to mention it. We'll talk about all that. But let's get the main news out of the way. Congratulations, Liverpool. We're heading to Liverpool in 2023 for the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest. The logo is out as well. Let me get my lights on because I don't think you can see us very well.
No.
Why isn't it popping on? I do know why it's not popping on. Just bear with me for a second. There's that issue. And voila. There you go. That's a bit lighter now.
Let there be light.
Let there be light. Let there be Liverpool lights.
Yes.
So yes, 2023 we'll have the official logo will see the Ukrainian flag
Which
in the middle.
is very understandable.
Extremely understandable. I mean, they
Because
won
they won the contest.
Of course they won the contest.
It's right, basically.
Yeah, it's a contest on behalf of Ukraine after all. But of course, to make sure everything is nice and neat, it's the Eurovision Song Contest with the Ukrainian flag in the middle, but United Kingdom, Liverpool 2023, and that's.
Do you reckon the slogan will be "You'll never walk alone"?
Well, actually, obviously, there's a lot to discuss about it. First of all, in terms of our opinions as to whether we think Liverpool's a good choice. What do you guys think?
I think it's a great choice. It's easier for us to get to than Glasgow. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I think it's the history of the place. It's the home of the Beatles.
Oh.
I mean, and also it's a twin city with Odessa in Ukraine, so it was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Was it a no-brainer?
Yeah, no, I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful place. Lots of history, like you say, culture. Honestly, I'm absolutely thrilled. I can't wait to be there with you guys next year. Congratulations, Liverpool. You deserve this. Commiserations to Glasgow. 'Cause I know Nicola Sturgeon wanted Glasgow, but
And there's the thing in regards to Glasgow. As much as they did, all was so as deserved. In fact, any of the 7 finalists deserved to host the contest because it was infrastructure and everything. I do think Liverpool as a place is actually a good U-turn in itself because I want to say I'm gonna explain myself with a U-turn because. At the end of the day, we all thought Glasgow was going to get it, hands down.
Easily, because
a lot of people thought it was Glasgow.
I found that map where it had all the studios and everything in the same area, and there was a hotel on site for the delegations. So I thought to myself, that's probably going to be where they're going to have it. Yeah. And there was a gap in the schedule I found the other day, and Liverpool didn't have any gaps at all.
Not in May whatsoever.
So when we saw the announcement last night, we were shocked.
It was a bit of a jaw drop. I'm not going to lie. It was a shock, but a positive one at that. But the main reason why I think they got it is because by God Almighty did they go all out in their bidding process. Yeah. They wanted it badly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So to say they don't deserve it, no, absolutely not.
Both cities deserved it. I think they both put on really good bids.
But obviously Glasgow was the favourite, but they were complacent in their bidding, so because everybody thought, well, it's going to come to Glasgow and all the rest of it. But hey, Liverpool surprised. Well, more to the point, Liverpool surprised us with the push that they wanted to give. But at the same time, the BBC surprised us by choosing Liverpool.
Yeah, they always like a curveball, the BBC.
Yeah. That's the BBC for you.
Like, for instance, they didn't even consider London on the shortlist, did they?
Well, we've been to London many, many, many times before, and I think it was very understandable to go everywhere else, or anywhere else for that matter. I can understand why they didn't pick London, sorry, in amongst the shortlist. But at the same time, probably they should have stuck a stadium or an arena in London anyway, just to sort of, throw into the mix.
Yeah.
If you ask me, maybe like an 8 city.
And we were even shocked at first Liverpool even made the shortlist of the final 2, didn't we? Because we were thinking, because it's one of the smaller venues. We were like,
it is. But that being said, in terms of like the venue sizes themselves, they've been that sort of size anyway, between 10 to 15,000 anyway.
Yeah.
So, and also we recently had COVID.
Yeah.
Which I won't mention too much because otherwise I'm going to get that stupid, reminder of like they did at the bottom of the screen. Apparently you've got to avoid that in the YouTubing world. No idea why. But, because of the ye old pandemic, I've forgot my point now. Because of the old pandemic, there's been
the venue size.
The venue size has shortened. There's never been the fans have never been in the middle anymore. There's never been the flag seen away from all the fans sitting in the middle. You've had the green screen always in the middle, and the fans, I guess, packed at the sides.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be the same next year.
Yeah, and also if you look at the picture of the interior at the M&S Bank Arena, it does look as well like a typical Eurovision arena with all the seats down the side and it does have that sort of feel to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, in terms of we've already discussed infrastructure as to why probably Liverpool was chosen, but in terms of the people getting to the venue in the first place, like Damo said, it is easier for us because it's virtually a straight train ride to there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like you go straight from here to London, change at London Euston, straight to Liverpool with 4 stops.
Yeah.
And it's a 10-minute walk from the station to the venue as well. I mean, it's like I looked on the map and it's just down the road like that.
I think much difficult if it was in Glasgow for us.
Yeah, because we would have had to have flown to Glasgow.
It would have been more expensive. Definitely more expensive.
Liverpool's doable.
It's we normally say cheap train ride, but at the end of the day, the train ride's
it's only one off, isn't it? Let's put it this way. When are we going to host Eurovision again? That's true. It's like, it might be the only time in our lifetime we get to go.
Absolutely. It'd be interesting between the petrol prices compared to the train ride fare. Yeah. Or like maybe a return journey or something like that. But either way, it is easier for us to get there because we can't, obviously for the train ride, but ultimately we can't wait. We'll see you there. Everybody, and absolutely we're going to get or at least a semi-final gig. I don't care. I'm desperate to go. I'm desperate. We're all desperate.
Yeah, we are all desperate to go to Eurovision because I mean it was 25 years ago we last hosted. I was only 10 years old.
Too long.
I was 4.
See, I was 7. So there you go.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't remember watching it. That's my memory.
I remember watching it.
And just a little bit of background, these two got me into Eurovision all these years ago. I've always liked Eurovision, but even prior to meeting you guys, I've always completely loved the contest. But these guys just took it up for another level for me. The Eurovision week itself, just the semi-finals, the final, it's such a magical time. There's not another time like it for me. Just that whole week is just so exciting. All the songs, the company, the flags, just everything. So, I've really fallen in love with the contest, especially over, the last decade since I've been friends with these guys. So, this is exciting, and I'm very excited. And I'm so glad it's happening in the year that I'm turning 30.
Magical 30, everybody.
Indeed.
And I think back to your flag stuff. The flags make it, don't they?
Yeah.
There's no other place, no other competition, no other thing in the world where you see countless amounts of flags. Okay, the majority of them are going to be sort of pro this, LGBT and everything, but at the end of the day, it's what everybody agrees on.
And everyone is so friendly in the Eurovision community.
It brings everyone together. We're a big family, aren't we?
Yeah.
Every one of the more friendlier communities. Obviously, you'll get the odd certain individual who will cause trouble for the sake of causing trouble, but otherwise we push them out.
That's it.
We're good at doing that.
Yeah. It's exciting times for us. Bring on 2023, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We look forward to it. Obviously, there's a lot still to come in terms of like who's representing who. Obviously, we know one country is already doing that, and there's no Corel for Israel. But we've already discussed that.
And Ukraine have got Vidbar final on the 17th of December.
They've got that. There's a couple of other national finals which have been announced as well. Obviously, we've still
Albania, that's usually a December one, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously Melodifestivalen for Sweden.
Yeah.
Sweden.
We're going internal again with TAP.
We are going internal. I mean, look, like last year, as much as last year Sam sung his heart out and made the song his freaking own with Spaceman, I do think we got a little lucky with the selection. And I say lucky because at the end of the day, he could potentially have turned it down. He always had the option. He always had. I get why he went for it because at the end of the day, he was the most followed person on TikTok, but he wasn't getting anywhere in the music industry. I can understand that. I can understand why he went for it because he thought this could be his big break. And absolutely, it's his absolute big break. He recently performed on Graham Norton performing his recent song "Somebody" for crying out loud.
Yeah.
By the way,
we're going to see him live next year.
we're going to be seeing him live at the Brighton Dome as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
absolutely, that was his big break. And Eurovision can be a make or break deal.
Yeah.
But the last few decades, well, actually the tens decade, for that matter, the UK never placed in the top 10 whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not at all. And that just goes to show.
No, I mean, Blue came 11th.
Exactly.
That was our best.
Let's not talk about that.
No, not the Neil Pointers.
No, obviously not. But no, we're not talking about 2021 or the cancer contest where we could have ended up or whatever. But last year, I would say it was a slight mixture of luck because at least he did say yes, but he had the song there. He had his performance, perfect, brilliant on the night, and the staging as well was amazing. And of course, the song was really good quality as well, so it was up there.
Yeah.
Did we deserve the position we got? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, selection can be, in my opinion, down to luck. Like I think Israel got lucky to get Noah Corel to say yes to perform the whole thing. If you ask me.
Yeah.
That's just how I see things.
Yeah.
But it just depends on who says yes for next year. Obviously, we've got a plethora of talent. Don't get me wrong, we've got a plethora of talent.
I mean, like for instance.
But who wants to say yes?
And also, all those years where people think, "Oh, Europe hates us," and it was never down to that.
No.
Sam proved it.
It was
the song.
I agree. Sam
proved it.
Sam definitely proved it. But the trouble is, some artists still believe that it could be a make or break deal. But again, I should emphasise, it's down to the song. I mean, the clue's in the title. It's a Eurovision Song Contest. Okay, the public, they vote for their heart. Don't get me wrong. They voted for their heart. They voted for Ukraine this year.
Yeah.
Give or take what you think the song is like, they voted for Ukraine in their own way. But the juries are there to even things out as best they can because of the 50-50 vote. And I'm going on a bit of a rant. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
I agree with your points.
Yeah. Well, I think the juries, I don't think they did enough to balance out the votes for Ukraine.
Oh God, no. It was a televote win this year by. I mean, look, for crying out loud, it was an onslaught, so never mind a landslide.
Would Ukraine have won if
It was
the
a
juries
onslaught.
didn't give them any points?
You what?
Would the
No. If it was down to just televote votes alone, like we took all the points, it would have ended up, I think, 4th or 3rd. I could be wrong. I know they got a lot, 439 from the televote. I think it would have ended up 4th or 4th.
Or do you think there was a sort of element of fixing it from the EBU, so we did finish second as we had as an alternative for hosting?
How do you mean?
Like, for instance, they knew from the start that Ukraine was going to win this contest.
I think, at the very least...
Is that why the juries gave us a lot of points as well?
No. The juries voted as they would. The juries voted for the song at the end of the day. They don't take into account any other shenanigans in regards to the Eurovision Song Contest. The juries do their job at the end of the day. They're going to put the UK first, they're going to put the UK first, they're going to put Spain third, they're going to put Spain third, they're going to put Germany last, they're going to put Germany last, etc.
Yeah, Germany, they're last place, they love it.
Obviously, look, the jury vote how they see fit. Same in regards to the public. Obviously, there's different connotations and different mindsets between the two of them, hence why you get discrepancies in the contest. But I don't think there was any fixed plans to put the UK or Spain. I mean, they could, for goodness sake, steamroll Spain up there.
Yeah.
Because the fans love Spain, for crying out loud, and they wanted Spain to win.
I quite like Ukraine's song. I didn't take any issue with Ukraine's song.
I think the song was fine, but I didn't think it was a winning song.
No,
I do agree.
I do agree.
Yeah.
I think a lot of what's happening in the world at the moment has influenced a lot of people's decision making.
Yeah.
That I do.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't knock them. They won the contest, and we're going to get to host it, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah.
And we scored a high position, higher than we've done in such a long time. So I can't really complain.
And I don't.
16th ever record-breaking second place.
I don't think Ukraine would have won if the war had happened.
I do tend to agree with that. I will agree with that. But does it mean to say that they deserve to win? They do. Like anybody who is going to win, they do deserve to win.
Yeah. Because all those 8 different voting groups have decided the winner. So.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I was going to mention something else then, but again, it's gone out of my brain. But yeah, anyway, we won't discuss like how whether they won. Oh yeah, back to the juries. This is what I was going to mention.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's down to them who they decide who they think. I don't think it was fixed or anything. It's down to how they vote. I mean, like I said, it could have been Spain versus Ukraine for the final two.
Could have been.
Yeah.
And if anything, a lot of people think Spain should have won. Yeah. And if you took Ukraine's out of it, they would have not. They would have won.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, Spain and France are now the only big fives not to host modern Eurovision.
Oh yeah, because Italy, Germany, and now the United Kingdom are going to do it.
Yeah, because you think I thought I had a feeling that Spain or France would probably host again before we did.
Well, we were down in the doldrums for so long.
Yeah,
and the BBC never. Excuse me, I had a cold. The BBC never really took it fully seriously.
No,
for so long. I mean, throughout the teens decade, they never took it seriously.
No.
And also, they always gave you a bad selection of songs to choose
in the national final. Yeah, I agree with that. But that being said, now, as much as we're going to take it seriously for next year, and indeed for the Junior Eurovision Song Contest, because for some reason the BBC are going to
do Junior Eurovision.
But do Junior Eurovision.
It really that really shocked us because we were talking about whether are we going to do Junior Eurovision on this channel or not, and then they announced the UK were doing it, so yeah, we have to.
Okay, so it was like I won't say it was like a case of have to. I don't know. I've said it was a case of have to, but that being said, there is interest in the junior games.
Yeah.
So fair enough. And anyway, back to my point. As far as the BBC taking it seriously for once, are they going to take it seriously for just the 1 year and then be sort of like back to normal and back to sort of near the bottom end of the scale, or will it continue?
That's why. Well, for instance, they're going to be using the tap again.
Yeah.
So they're going to be like deciding the entry again. But what worries me is because obviously we're hosting this year. I don't think they're going to try and risk winning again because of the costs of hosting again.
Well, look. The same could be said for across the board. Like, throughout the teams, hardly anybody wanted to host it again, so they chose a relatively safe song. Whether it was internal or national selection, they chose a relatively safe song aside from maybe Italy last year.
Yeah.
They always want to go for it because Italy want to go for it.
Italy just love the contest.
They do love the contest.
Yeah.
So they always want to go for
it. They've done very consistently well since they returned.
The only, let's just think about over the last decade, which countries wanted to take it seriously when hosting it or not. 2010 with Norway, not really.
No.
They didn't
Russia didn't either when they hosted it.
Well,
Malmo weren't very good, was it?
Still came
No,
fourth.
no.
Still did well. Sorry, it came
Yeah.
fourth, sixth. It came sixth in the end. Was it sixth? No, seventh. Sorry.
Austria certainly didn't take it seriously because they got 0 points.
Oh no. Let's go by year here. So 2011, Germany did. They got top 10,
Yeah,
and they used to do the same thing as well.
Yeah.
Very good song, if you ask me.
yeah, which I think was better than the song she won with.
Yeah, I agree. 2012, Azerbaijan did take it seriously. They chose someone who was a friend of the royal family.
Yeah.
Was it the royal family of Azerbaijan or being Din? I know it was for the hierarchy or prime minister or whatever.
Quite high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it was a wife of a family friend or whatever. I can't remember now, but they took it seriously. It was a really good song. They came fourth. 2013, which was on by Sweden, they relatively take it seriously, but they fell out.
Sweden always take it seriously.
They fell just outside the top 10, so whatever.
Yeah,
2014, Denmark, very good song.
very good song, really underrated.
Really underrated. Probably should have done a little bit better, if you ask
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Just outside the top 10. 2015, Austria,
No, because I got 0 points.
Newport, along with Germany.
Which I think was a bit harsh on the song.
2016 again was Sweden. They took it seriously and did really well. I know you went into the song, but I loved it. If I was sorry, I loved that one.
Oh, yeah, yes. Right.
I loved it, and it deserved its place in Hype Park.
Yeah.
2017, who wanted to
Ukraine.
Well, they chose a rock song, which unfortunately fell foul.
Yeah.
2018 was
Portugal. Teleboobies.
No, it wasn't telemovies.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No, it was the two girls, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, of course it was.
That flopped hard. 2019 again flopped hard with a safe choice.
Yeah, home, wasn't it?
And the Netherlands, God Almighty, that was a safe choice and a half because nobody really went for the sort
We
of.
got 0 points on the televote, the Netherlands.
Well, not so good.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. 0 points.
Well, anyways, so the last 4 years? Yeah, 4 years. Four editions, shall we say, minus the 2020 contest, obviously. They haven't taken it seriously and they've ended up near last.
Barring Italy, obviously, because they did quite well.
4 out of the 5 editions, sorry. 4 out of the 5 editions.
Because I was expecting Bizzledy to actually score a lot more points.
It was only crowded. Look, I think they purposely made sure that they didn't get a lot more points because don't forget, they stuck themselves before. Well, they didn't choose to sit themselves, but they chose Spain to fall after them.
Yeah.
So I think there was a little bit of a game plan going on there. Just make sure they didn't actually win, which I can understand.
Yeah.
But they went with it for the song. Brilliant song, amazing.
Yeah.
Should have done a lot better. Still doing well in the Spotify charts.
Yeah, and which is more weirder is that the biggest Spotify hit from Eurovision wasn't any of the songs in the top 10.
Or top 5.
No.
Yeah.
It was Snap by Rosalind.
Oh yeah, that as well. That was a
Yeah.
weird one.
Yeah.
But it's only because a lot of people on the old social medias have made it a trend.
Yeah.
Why, I have no idea, but...
Oh yeah, so going back to travel ideas to go to
Oh yeah.
to Liverpool. How about a camper van?
Are you joking?
No. Well, you could actually hire it, £85 a day, and you can get your sleeps free.
I'm not going in a flipping caravan. Thank you very much. I cannot stand caravans for love nor money. They are too small, they're too cramped, I wouldn't be able to sleep in it, plus... just no. And I'll also be driving it as well, which is making me even more knackered. Just no. And I'm not swearing either.
Can I take pictures of station signs on the way?
Well, he used to do train spotting stuff, so whatever.
Yay!
There we go.
Sorry, I have to take...
He did used to do train spotting when he was younger.
Yes, I did.
Make that what you will.
I used to just travel to London to take pictures of train stations.
It is what it is. It's a hobby. It's a hobby.
It is.
I used to take the mick out of you quite a lot in regards to that, but
Yes.
it's like yeah. That is the thing what he used to do. He used to take
Photos of station signs and put them to music.
not station signs, but also the back of the coast of each train.
Yes.
He used to do that.
That's cool.
Would you say he was cool?
Yeah. There's so many people who do these sorts of things.
Yeah.
You know, people go to airports plane spotting and things like that.
Well, I've done that as well.
So
Yeah, but you're into aviation,
it's,
obviously.
it's a hobby, isn't it, for a lot of people?
Yeah.
They have their own things.
Plus, it's a hobby that don't cost a lot of money, really.
Oh, that's fair enough, but like...
All you need is a camera. That's it.
Yeah, but is it going to like... Oh, I don't know. All different strokes for different fucks is all I will say.
Yeah.
But I'm certainly not going in a camper van. But in terms of like...
And we can go fishing in the River Mersey.
Well, we like fishing, so that's up to you.
Pole fishing.
Yeah.
Fishing's boring if you ask me. But anyway,
You've never tried it, so how do you know?
I've tried crabbing.
Yeah, well, crabs are boring.
Yeah, but so's fish.
No, it's not. Trust me, you have a big bass, reeling it in. Trust me, it's fun. They fight and everything. It's good fun.
I've played the old fishing games.
Yeah, but that's nothing compared to doing it in real life.
I used to do that stuff with the... Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
I was about to mention Dreamcast and all the rest of it. Anyway.
Yeah. Good game, that. So
Very good. Anyway, so the main part travelling towards, actually for anybody for that matter, is get the train there. Because it's literally a 10-minute walk to the place. You get to see a lot of good restaurants, a lot of good places.
Cavern Club's nearby.
Yep.
Well, Cavern Club, the Cavern Club.
Yes, where the Beatles
Yeah, the Beatles, yes. The Cavern Club's very nearby, where obviously the legendary Beatles were there.
Yeah.
And Liverpool's home of the Beatles. I mean, here's the thing, right? In terms of Beatles, a lot of people do agree that they are one of the more standout bands and one of the more influential bands. But are they the best in terms of like actual proper overall music? Some say yes, because
I would say no. I think Queen were better.
That's why a lot of people would say prefer a lot of other bands would be better. I do agree Queen were better, and among a couple of others, because at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff the Beatles started with were very generic and basic.
Yeah, especially like if you listen to Little Hat with My Friends and Twist and Shout, they sound very
Twist
similar.
and Shout, Baby Drive My Car, Shake It Up,
I saw her standing there.
Still Standing There, Please Please Me.
Imagine the Beatles doing Eurovision. That would have been weird.
Well, it would have been a safe choice.
Yeah.
But that then you weren't allowed, or at least up until 1973, I think, you weren't allowed to put in groups. Had to be individuals.
Oh.
Yeah.
But the more you know.
That's the first I've heard of that, actually.
Have I told you that before?
No.
I think it was up until either 72 or 73 you weren't allowed groups.
Well, they were definitely allowed groups in 74, weren't they? So,
Oh, yeah, because of ABBA.
Yeah.
Obviously. It was either 72 or 73 they allowed groups, because I know the first time the rule came in, we straight away went in with a group. Beg, Steal or Borrow by the New Sequels, if I remember right.
Yeah. Didn't the Shadows do it once as well?
In 75, yeah. Lost Out to Ding a Dong. No, not that one.
No.
It try to sing the song that goes ding ding a dong. There will be no sorrow when you sing tomorrow, and you walk along with your ding dang dong. Like, come on.
Those lyrics do sound dodgy as well.
They are.
Perfect for an LOLO sketch. Perfect for a comedy sketch.
Yeah.
Indeed.
The lyrics goes ding a dong every hour when you pick a flower, even when your lover is gone, gone, gone.
Oh dear.
What's worse, Wolf with the Banana?
Seriously,
or-
the actually visualising that. Oh dear.
Once your lover has buggered off, at least your ding dang dong can still come in handy.
God.
Oh. Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on from main Eurovision and the big talking point of Liverpool. And we might as well go to the younger side, Junior Eurovision, because 4 songs have been released so far. I have reacted to the 4th latest one, which is Malta, but you'll see that video tomorrow. In the meantime, let's discuss the others. First off was Ukraine.
It's not going to win. It's terrible.
Whoa. Okay. It's meh. I always try to be polite these days. I always say it's meh. Just meh.
It sounded like a really bad it's just a funeral, Dad.
It is what it is. It got like her being passionate about it, and she will be passionate about it on the night. But obviously, given the fact that likelihood the war's still going to continue all the way until the end of the year, at the very least, do you see it winning because of that?
I could see it happening, but I think it's more unlikely now they've done it in the main contest.
Yeah, I think it was like a one-off
Yeah.
if you think about it. But do you see kids, or at least parents of kids, voting for Ukraine again, for that matter?
Possibly.
Possibly, but I don't think it's as like odds on as what it
No,
was in the
main contest. No, I do agree with that. I mean, they might, but they might not. It's could go either way, I think.
Yeah. It could go either way. I do agree. But I don't see it happening personally. But in terms of like where it'll end up, I think it'll give a few generous votes. Might overplay a little bit in terms of where they actually are, maybe.
Yeah.
But not winning. I think they may squeeze top 5 for the sake of sympathy or something like that.
And also the full list of countries for Junior Eurovision was released as well.
Is it 16?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Alright. The next song on the list was Poland. Oh yeah. Okay, look.
I don't think there's anything stand out yet.
No.
No.
But we've discussed Poland. Like I said in that video, I'll give you a little bit of the tune since we haven't heard any of them. It goes. Yeah. Was it Diamond? No, not Diamonds in the Skies. No, what was it called? To the Moon, doesn't it? To the moon and back. Yeah, another mare. Another mare. The best one so far for me is the Netherlands.
Yeah, La Festa.
Sorry for mistaking Spain and Italy.
Yeah, well, then again, their languages do sound similar and something.
Whoa! You're gonna get hated now. You're gonna get hated now.
No, what I mean is they are like, for instance, if you look at some of the words in their language,
And the spelling,
they do sometimes have similar words.
They do.
So do French as well.
But it's like saying
for
Portugal.
example, in French, swimming pool is la piscine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In Spanish, it's la piscina.
Or in the case, pissing.
There are some similarities.
Or in the case of me, pissing in the swimming pool.
But I think if the languages are similar, so they can understand it.
And like fishing in French is à la pêche.
All right.
In Spanish, it's à la pesca.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's very like they can understand it. I mean, I've worked with loads of different people. Spanish, French, Italian. They can understand some of the languages. So it's not exactly.
Apparently, English is actually the hardest language to learn.
Which one?
English is actually the hardest language to learn.
How come a load of foreigners can speak it easily?
Because they studied it probably really. A lot of schools in other countries actually have English as a core subject.
It has now become the primary language of the whole entire world.
I mean, aviation, everyone who flies a plane has to speak English. Because imagine, for instance, you were for instance, at an air show, and like the Red Arrows, and they team up with someone from another country for a fly past. They need to know exactly what they're saying and what to do.
That's true.
You can't just say, right, he speaks English, put him together there, and he doesn't. You could
because a lot of
cause a really bad accident otherwise.
Yeah, because a lot of like because I heard like in recent times we've had like crashed airplanes or missing airplanes, that kind of thing, and you hear their black box and all the rest of it. You hear English all the time, don't you?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
I didn't want to bring that up, but
no.
Bad example, but point stands.
But so in aviation, that's why everyone has to speak English to be a pilot, to be anything like that.
I didn't know that. Anyway, Netherlands, it's a party goer. La Festa di
Festa.
God Almighty, it sounds like a lot of...
Very cliche.
Oh God, it's cliche. Is it the best one so far? Absolutely, because at least it gets a party started.
Yeah, it could be a good opener for the night, maybe.
I can see it being an opener.
Yeah.
And as far as the last one was concerned, whilst not divulging too much, meh.
Well, so yeah, not very great.
It's just meh again.
No.
It's not as meh as the others, but it's meh. I had a think.
I mean, if they're all sort of generic like this, it's going to be very hard to pick a winner. I wonder what our song's going to be like. That's going to be interesting because the BBC have never done Junior Eurovision before.
Well, ITV have done it, so maybe we can ask them for a few pointers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it first started, the first 2 years, it was cliche power ballads.
It
And
worked
it
as
seemed to work.
well.
Yeah, it worked. 3rd and 2nd places, so it worked.
But then that last entry weren't very good, was it? And it kind
all over.
and that was it, wasn't it, for Junior Eurovision for
Yeah, we
till
just
now.
gave up after that.
Yeah. And also, apparently, we were going to host it one year, and ITV pulled the plug on it or something.
Yeah, we were going to host it straight after 2000. Oh no, we were going to host it in 2003.
Yeah.
4, sorry.
Yeah.
We were going to host it in 2004, and yeah, we vetoed the idea for some reason. Well, ITV did anyway.
Yeah. Well, ITV had no idea how to do Eurovision, so I'd be very scared if they ever took over from the BBC.
What about Sky? If they took it?
Oh, excellent! Because you could have Sky Sports Eurovision.
No, we're not Sky Sports.
No, right?
Just
Every
Sky Eurovision. Thank you.
every national final exclusively live on a dedicated channel. You could have that.
I mean, Sky got the money for it.
Yeah. That's why I said Sky Sports Eurovision.
It's not sports.
No.
It's not sports. Let's get that perfectly clear. Eurovision is not a
Every
sport.
national final exclusively live.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Like around the world, yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Anywho, so Sky could be a good opportunity. Anyway, as far as Malta is concerned, another
And
man.
also, something I've actually said all along that would happen if we ever host. The BBC are upgrading the semi-finals to BBC One.
Yes, we were meaning to mention that. I almost forgot. We are upgrading our viewingship, shall we say? Because beforehand we used to do the semi-finals on BBC Three and then BBC Four.
Back to BBC Three again.
Well, it was BBC Four for a little while because for some reason the BBC took BBC Three off the television and stuck it online only.
Yeah,
So
and then they brought it back. So what was the point of
And then
taking it off?
And then they brought BBC Three back to TV, and now it's back on TV.
Yeah.
The semi-finals are not on BBC Two or BBC Three anymore. Hello, Brian. How are you
Brian.
doing? We are coming to Liverpool,
That's
my
Brian
friend.
we were talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, no,
Awesome, mate.
That's unusually on the chat with me.
Yeah.
It's Nicole. It's Nicole, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
This is what Nicole looks like. Anyway, enough about that. Yeah, we're coming to Liverpool. It's very near where you are. Is all I will say. That old Mank.
Yeah.
We're getting the train. If you just joined us, you can go back to the whole thing if you wish, or I could just let me tell you. We are going, effectively, the straight train ride today, which is
Yeah.
easy.
Yes, that's what we're
But
going
we
to
need
do.
to get the bloody ticket first.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says hi.
Yeah.
We need to get we'll get the train straight there. I think it's like 4 stops or something like that.
Yeah.
Less than an hour's drive. Well, that's good for you.
Yeah, that's jammy.
Yeah,
That's jammy.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were going about the semi-finals being on BBC One.
BBC One, they are now finally on, which means more viewing share, although that won't mean diddly squid for one of the semi-finals because we won't be voting in one of them. But that being said, there will be more of a fairer vote for one of the semi-finals.
And I've said all along, haven't I, if we ever host, they would upgrade the semi-finals to BBC One, and that's what they've done.
Yeah.
I think it would have made more sense even before the whole BBC 3, BBC 4 thing. Just stick it on BBC 2 for God's sake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just hope there's no train strikes, as Brian. Well, there has been a lot.
Yes.
There has been a lot. I always forgot about that.
Yeah. So the camper van might be a good resort.
Well, we discussed camper vans before. I said no. I'm not getting a camper van.
I mean,
No.
we're up for it. So.
Yeah. We're being Nicole up for it. So
If it's a last
Makes it a
resort,
bit of
I'll
adventure.
go.
yeah, we'd.
If it's a
stop all the services on the way.
if it's a last
Take
resort,
pictures
I'll
of petrol
consider
pumps.
it. Do you hate all those people who hated Eurovision before now wanting to get tickets?
Yes.
If there's going to be people like that, then yes.
They should be banned from getting tickets.
Jumping on the bandwagon.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
people jump on the
They
bandwagon.
should be banned from getting tickets.
If
And it should be only people that have like followed Eurovision like us that should be allowed to have them.
Yeah, I agree. If I ever came across one person, I said we were going to, if said we're actually there, and one person was like, oh yeah, we thought we'd join in now the fact we won last year, and I'll be like, oh, did you not watch any more previous ones beforehand? So, no, I didn't really into it. I'll be going, basically that.
Get
you know
it
what I'm saying?
Fortunately, you can't really eradicate these people.
No.
You see it in all walks of life.
But these are the sort of people that also would have said, like back in the day, that, oh yeah, it hates us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agree.
You just see it, and everyone's sort of like, you know, when a football team's doing well, you'll see people jump there, you know, tennis
Yeah.
player, everything. People just sort of flock to where good things are happening.
Yeah.
So you're going to see it with Eurovision.
Yeah.
You're going to see
Yeah.
it with Eurovision.
Absolutely, but we are looking forward to it. Liverpool was a surprise announcement, but that doesn't mean to say it was a bad one. It was a brilliantly pleasant surprise. Anyway, let's move on to what else can we talk? Or scheduling.
Well, we spoke about during Eurovision. We
Yeah.
spoke about Liverpool and travel arrangements.
Yeah.
Camper vans.
Camper vans.
Yes, yeah.
We're going to
Next
mention
on
it.
the agenda, because you were
Yeah,
you were going to.
I'll get it. I'm having a look for you. But, don't go anywhere, Brian. We're trying to think of something else.
Yeah, we had a.
Who's going to host? Let's do that.
Oh, like the people host.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's going to actually be the people host. Graham Norton has said that he only wants to do the commentary.
That's fair enough. We'll get round to that in a minute. Scots are fuming. Says Brian. We'll speak about internal acts in a minute. Let's get on with the hosts first.
Yeah. Someone from Ukraine, it has to be a coach from
Yeah, who's the
Ukraine.
main commentator for
Timor.
Timor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to do the gig
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
loves the Eurovision Song Contest like
He
play.
even done it from a war bunker, didn't
He
he?
commentated it from a war bunker last year.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Internal acts, Spice Girls, Mel C is from Liverpool. Maybe just get Mel C. I'd rather just get Mel
No,
C.
yeah,
Because at least you
get
can sing.
her to perform with Brian Adams. I'll be driving up and down this street.
Would Brian Adams even consider
coming?
coming to Eurovision? All things considered, he's Canadian after all.
Well, he might take part in Eurovision Canada.
Maybe, you never know. He might have a very generic song.
But
though,
please don't let
obviously.
Justin Bieber near it.
I think it's cool these days.
No, he's never been cool.
I think he's okay cool these days.
Terrible singer. The only best thing that he did was get shot on CSI.
And in Zoolander too.
Yeah.
Doing the pose right at the end.
Yeah.
And that scene of him where he's trying to sing on stage in South Park.
Oh, Brian just made a good point.
Yeah.
It probably will be Ryan and Mel Gildroyd. I think her family are from Ukraine. Quick Google search.
Thanks,
Quick
Brian. That's a
Google
very good
search.
point, actually.
If you're right, you are probably going to be on the money.
I think Ryland would be brilliant at the green room. I think
it'll be even if he hosts, co-hosts the whole thing,
Yeah.
he'll be up for it, 1,000,000%. Every time, or virtually every Radio 2 show he hosts on Saturday, he mentions Eurovision in some capacity.
He's got a big passion.
He loves it.
He's
Absolutely
a massive
loves it.
passion for it. You know, he's a.
I mean, to be honest, when he replaced Mal on the semi-finals, I thought to myself, they've got a good one for that.
Yeah, no, he's brilliant.
Absolutely.
I like him a lot.
Apart from when he sang on the X Factor.
Yeah, there was that.
Well, actually, he got his big break more aside from the X Factor. He got his big break more or less in that Katie Price. Talent show she did.
Yeah,
He came second in there.
yeah, and you know, I think he's had a bit of a tough year, Ryland.
Yeah, and he's to be honest, as a TV personality, you can't.
He's spot on.
But my dream host would be Ant and Dec.
That ain't happening. They're ITV.
I know,
Yeah, they
but
wouldn't be
They've done
famous.
BBC stuff in the past, and I think they're going to do another one recently for BBC, aren't they?
yeah,
Something.
they did Friends Like These.
Yeah,
Yeah. Can we get Laura from Turin back? Oh, Laura.
No, she
Laura Pausini.
Nah, she was the worst out of the three hosts, I
She
think.
can sing.
Yeah, but
She can
was
sing,
a
but she
terrible
can't host.
host. No.
She can't host. She was iconic for the wrong reasons, if you ask me.
A car crash.
And she,
definitely not Sarah Cox.
No, definitely not.
No.
And in terms of the Ukraine thing, I've just seen here, Father Michael, an aircraft designer, civil engineer and family historian of Polish-Lithuanian descent from the aristocratic Giedroyc family. So, you're close. You're close,
but yeah.
Phil and Holly are front of the queue, apparently. Very good.
Hey, I love that. Oh, that was good.
You make our day. You make our day.
Cue jumpers, love it.
But
And wouldn't it be ironic if they did host it? It would be just embarrassing.
Holly,
Whether they can host.
Yeah, but apparently Philip Schofield says he couldn't because he's contracted to ITV.
So's Holly.
So
Yeah, I know, but she's got a contract that lets her work for other channels.
Oh yeah, she has actually. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. What about Bradley Walsh?
Bradley Walsh is a good shout, along with his son, because apparently his son's now getting
They're going to be hosting Gladiators.
for the BBC.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Hosting the Chase.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him actually.
The contract with ITV, but as Damo said, they are. Holly can do other stuff because she does stuff for the BBC or has done BBC stuff in the past. Did she do a talent show once where Cheryl, what's her face was in it? Cheryl Cole?
No, it weren't Cheryl Cole, but she did I think she did stuff for Fame Academy on the BBC.
Yeah, but there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's that.
There's also like the main BBC host. What about Alex from the One Show?
I can't see that
I can't see
happening.
either.
No?
Right.
Look, let's get the obvious elephant in the room out the way. Graham Norton, he's a shoo-in to host, at least co-host the whole thing.
Yeah.
But as Damo alluded to, apparently he does only just want to focus on the commentary, which I don't blame him for. Because at the end of the day, Terry, to do a Terry would be hard work.
Do you think he'll do the commentary for the semis this time as well then?
Well, since we're doing BBC, no, we're still going to get Ryland and Scott Mills doing it for the semi-finals.
Yeah,
come on,
definitely.
I think with the semi-final epitome, and I can only see Graham Norton only focusing on the grand final because it's a whole headache to do all three shows in one. The world isn't ready to hear that Welsh accent. Which Welsh accent? Oh, Alex Jones,
I just thought, because obviously she's a big, what about Claudia and Tess from Strictly?
Claudia, maybe. Tess, even though...
Damo.
Well, Claudia's not a bad shout.
It's not a bad shout, but I don't know.
No, because I'm just thinking of, the big stars on the BBC, usually.
Yeah.
You think that would, probably step up to do that. Hugh Edwards said he wanted to do it.
Again, why?
I don't know.
That being said, news presenters have done it in the past.
Yeah.
Remember when you put on the Eurovision group, you said get a football commentator?
Yeah.
About Gary Lineker.
Not bad shout again.
Gary
which one
Lineker.
was no? Yeah. Which one was no? Let me know.
What about Clarkson and Hammond and May?
No, we're not going to do that.
All the current Top Gear guys.
Do you think that Clarkson's going to want to go back on the BBC after what he did?
No.
Top Gear was his baby, and the BBC took it away from him.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, he did a little bit of a stupid thing, but apparently the BBC did overwork him a little bit.
Yeah.
Hence why he did what he did.
He wouldn't come back for that.
No.
But no, he wouldn't.
What about the current Top Gear presenters?
You know what? I can see Freddie Flintoff potentially doing it, because he'd be up for anything.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking, the reason why I say the Top Gear guys and whatever, because they're well known across the world. That's what I'm trying to say.
Apparently Paddy McGuinness I think Paddy McGuinness would be a good shout, but apparently he's got a few personal... I mean, his personal life has now been put out in the open thanks to the split from his wife.
But they still live together, apparently.
Because of the kids, isn't it? Anyway.
Martin Roberts and Lucy Alexander.
Who?
Martin Roberts and Lucy Alexander from Homes Under the Hammer. You know
Homes Under the Hammer!
That's a random one.
Well, he's excited, isn't he? He's like, look at this house!
That's true.
What about Alexander Armstrong from Pointless.
No.
Richard Osman. Yeah.
I mean,
That's a nil point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no points. Imagine his accent saying
You
something.
could.
I'm sorry, no points. Oh, ironic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me know if you think of anything else.
Noel
else,
Edmonds?
Ryan, by the way.
Noel
No,
Edmonds?
not Noel Edmonds. He's in retirement. He's in a retirement home. We're leaving him there. We're leaving him there.
Definitely not Ralph Harris.
Can we please not do that? No. Of all the people to mention on this stream.
What about Cliff Richard?
Well, I mean, yeah. Can we get Gemini back to redeem themselves?
No, they shouldn't be allowed anywhere near it.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I would agree with
No,
that.
let's put it this way:
Bye, baby.
anyone who finished last place for us should never go to Eurovision again.
That. You mentioned that when I don't know if you've seen the video of like Liverpool kind of mini celebrating their victory to get in the whole thing. They quoted the bloody lyrics from Gemini at the beginning.
Oh,
It's like all the people to choose from. Okay, they
had
did.
Sonia there, wouldn't they? Create her song.
Well, they did when they were before they were announced, but for some reason they
Do you
didn't.
think Sonia could host?
Sonia could do. Tonic Kisser maybe for Interval Act with Kerry Katona as host or something.
Hell no.
Kerry Katona.
She's Ellen.
No, she can't even sing.
May as well wheel up Katie Price at this point.
Oh God Almighty!
Oh no. What about when she tried to do Eurovision?
She did.
Yes,
2005
she did.
for the national final.
Yeah, I know. She
Did she come
can't sing.
second?
She can't
She
sing.
came second.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. She would have been, I think, 7-8 months pregnant by the if she was selected by the time it rolled around.
That would have been hilarious. Imagine she ended up with...
Oh my god.
Do you know what? We would have done the damn sight better with Katie Price being fully fucking pregnant than someone who just slipped their nip out. Well, I was saying. Sonia from EastEnders.
Sonia.
From EastEnders?
But he's also pointed out Alison Hammond.
Yes.
I think, look, as much as I personally... Excuse me. As much as I personally...
Kim Marsh.
No. But about Alison Hammond, as much as I personally can't really stomach her that well, she would definitely be good because her character is amazing across a lot of people. Even I know that.
Yeah.
Because Oliver, a British comedian who has his own show in America, Oliver...
What about Paul O'Grady?
Mm.
He's from Liverpool.
He's a shout.
He is a shout.
And he's Liverpudlian.
And he is Liverpool. Hello, everybody. I can't do his accent. Hello, everybody, darling. How you doing?
Hey, he could even bring out Lily Savage and shock everybody.
That'd be good. That would be. I'll tell you what. You remember when Sweden hosted it a couple of times? That side character. I forgot her name. What's her name? The side character.
I don't know.
They did a prominent in 2013 and gave a little side to in 2016. She was played by a Swedish person, obviously, but it was a heavy English accented person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I know what you're referring to.
Yeah, no.
But maybe they could give just a similar, like...
Maybe Brian will know what it is.
Oh, he will.
That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Think about it. Paul O'Grady is Liverpudlian.
Yeah.
And also, he could also bring out Lily Savage as well. That would be that.
I like a one-off, maybe.
Yeah, because we have
Maybe for one of the semi-finals.
Yeah.
Sonia from EastEnders.
Now we've got those out of the way, let's think of interval acts for not just the final, but the
biggest
semi-finals.
elephant in the room, Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, Liverpool was home of the Beatles. He could do a few Beatles numbers.
That's a good shout.
He's kind of past his best, personally.
But
then again, he can get a whole crowd to do.
Yeah.
Imagine the whole crowd in Eurovision singing
Hey Jude.
Imagine that.
That'd be perfect for the final.
Yeah, it would.
be perfect for the final. Not
Yeah.
There's also Sonia could do a perform her song because she was from Liverpool.
Heavily plastic surgery, no?
Yeah. Well, someone from Ukraine, I reckon Kalish should probably do their like winners set.
Oh yeah.
I can see that happening.
Apparently, didn't Paul McCartney headline Glastonbury last year?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Okay, maybe my fault. No,
Yeah.
maybe he can perform. I don't know.
But I'm just thinking it's a no-brainer for Neil. Playing the Beatles Eurovision, you'd want some Beatles numbers to be played.
If anything, they should get Ringo Starr in, for God's sake. He's still alive, crying out loud.
Yeah, both of them performing together for the first time in like so many years.
Yeah, no brainer.
Why not?
That would be huge, wouldn't it?
It'd be fairly expensive, but I can see it happening.
Yeah. It's a shout.
Yeah, I mean, we can obviously see Kalish doing their winners set.
Yeah, we'll do it in the first semi-final. They usually do semis and these times.
Actually, they didn't actually perform that. No, they didn't even perform it.
Måneskin never performed their
winning song,
which was a bit odd.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. A lot of people did boo that on the night as well, because they performed a different song and there was quite a few boos as well.
Yeah, I know. You'd think that they would perform their winning song, which is part of the thing that the previous winner does perform at the thing. It's a tradition.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I think Sam will definitely. Well, he'll have some say in it.
Yeah,
whether he'll perform his old song or not.
Apparently, he's got a collaboration with Kalish lined up, so I reckon that might be part of it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely a collaboration somewhere.
Yeah.
He'll probably be trying to do the English rap dub, knowing him.
Yeah, that'd be quite interesting.
Imagine Sam Ryder doing the English rap dub for the for Stephanie. Bigger diggy diggy.
What do you reckon the slogan will be?
Oh, good question. That's a very good question.
Yes.
You'll Never Walk Alone is the one that's like standing out to me.
Yeah, but it belongs to someone else and probably is copyrighted.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know for certain, but
well, it's not gonna be Glasgow. It ain't gonna be Perfect Harmony now, is it?
But it would be good.
Brian, let's give us some slogans. Brian. In the meantime, I mean, the obvious one's Imagine.
What about Europe United?
What?
Europe United.
Yeah. But Liverpool never known as Liverpool United, are they?
No, but what I mean is Europe United, as in Europe united with Ukraine.
Or maybe just United.
Yeah.
Maybe just United.
I like Imagine too.
Yeah.
Chicken burger. Oh, I don't know. Chicken burger. Oh, I can't do the accent, but chicken burger and a can of Coke. That would be a good slogan.
Yeah. What about Give Peace a Chance?
Give peace a chance. Wobble your head, girl. Oh my god.
Oh dear, these are getting a bit out of hand.
It's Brian for you.
Oh.
But yeah, Imagine's an obvious one. Give peace a chance is an obvious one. But they normally do like 1 or 2 syllables rather than sort of 4.
What about Welcome to the Cavern Club?
Or Welcome to the Club.
Yeah.
Maybe. You'll never get Scousers saying United. No, definitely not.
No.
Oh my god, we don't want to poot in.
I like that.
Yeah, but that won't.
They got banned from Georgia 2009, so make that what you will.
Yeah.
I do like You'll Never Walk Alone because
I think
it's city.
If it was all copyrighted, I think they could use it.
Yeah, it would just be so nice, just because of. I think when
and also for like
carry on.
I just think like with what happened with the war and everything, was in solidarity with Ukraine. We sang this song, said with these people, and like it's in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool Football Club come out too.
Yeah.
And imagine like 10,000 people plus singing that song aloud, maybe at the start of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Similar to what that's similar they did last year with Give Peace a Chance. So they did that, didn't they?
Yeah.
So that's kind of been done. So never mind.
Yeah.
So maybe they could do You'll Never Walk Alone. To begin
love
with.
it. Love that.
Really good.
The sun is banned in Liverpool. Yes, we are. They said there will be no sun in Liverpool. The sun is banned.
Yeah.
We got that.
Well, if it's Italian, it probably wouldn't work anyway. Sun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And also postcards. I've always thought of the idea that they could.
Well, the postcards have got to be all across the UK.
Yeah.
Not just focused.
What I would do, right? If say for instance, I would do it like this. They'd film it in the UK town,
Yeah.
and then they do a bit in the Ukraine town, which is where that town's twinned with.
Yeah, Twin Town.
Twin town. So
Yeah,
you've got to say this is this twin town.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
that twin town. So you actually say like Liverpool is obviously like, as we said before, is twinned with Odessa. So if you did the postcard in Liverpool, you would then show Odessa as well, the port of Odessa.
That's a good
Yeah, I
idea.
love that idea.
Yeah, I think the twin town thing really should be part of the focus of it.
As long as you don't put any Wally hot
No,
things
no,
involved.
of course, no. But I mean, it'd just be the city as it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's good.
That'd be a good idea. Actually, let us know what you think, Brian, of any potential postcard ideas. That'd be pretty cool.
And also, please no flying robot drones like in
Yeah,
Italy.
I just mentioned.
Yeah, that was crap.
Postcard ideas, and that's a good idea. I'm thinking. I'm not thinking of going all around the United Kingdom because that would be stupid. Come to think of it, because at the end of the day, it's Liverpool focused. It's hosted in Liverpool.
Yeah.
They won't be going to creative film postcards.
Well, they could do it like they did. Like
Google Maps or
They do it from home, and they do it with a green screen.
Yeah.
Could do that.
Are they doing the live on tapes again? actually?
Stonehenge. Imagine Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
Imagine Stonehenge being in a postcard. That
Yeah,
is a weird sight.
Yeah.
Stonehenge.
We wouldn't know how we did it.
Yeah.
Little Halloween freak like.
Edinburgh Castle, Loch Ness, Big Ben. I'm thinking more now. Focus on just Liverpool places rather than
Like Anfield, Goodison Park.
Well, maybe not put both of them together.
Not Goodison Park because they're rubbish.
Yeah.
I'd say
Titanic Museum, Belfast. I didn't even know Belfast had a Titanic Museum, but understandable.
yeah. There's obviously like the port. They could actually do things in the Liver building.
Yeah.
Brighton Beach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bright Beach.
Oh,
What's
that's
that
what you
got to
said.
do with Liverpool?
Yeah, no, we're on a delay, to be fair. Anyway, so yeah, focus on Liverpool. So obviously you've got the River Mersey, the stadium itself, the airport,
Yeah,
They'll think
John
of
Lennon
something.
Airport, the Cavern Club.
the Cavern Club, obviously.
What about the Abbey Street, the crossing?
Oh yeah, Abbey Street, yeah, Abbey Road, Abbey Road.
Abbey Road was in London. Your studios were in London.
Yeah, but there is an Abbey Road, I
There is
think,
one
in Liverpool.
Oh.
There is one in Liverpool as well.
Oh yeah, so basically we should actually do the picture of us walking across the road
Yeah.
over there. And...
You know, that'd be quite cool. Especially if the Beatles were involved.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the Titanic was built in Belfast.
Yeah,
Of course
yeah.
it was.
And also, it also has Liverpool on the back of the Titanic.
It does. I think that's a very, very good point.
Conchita's seen rise like a phoenix on top of the Liverpool building.
Do we need Conchita? Do we?
I can't see why not.
Yeah, as long as Mons ain't involved, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
All agree.
He's
Yeah.
outstayed his welcome a little bit.
Yeah, milking his win.
Conchita, we don't mind. She's been out. Do I still say she? I suppose I do as well.
Yeah.
She's been out of the game for a little while, so she keeps fluctuating in and out and everything.
What about any former UK winners performing as part of the interval act?
I mean, that's a stretch because we somehow managed to bring Brotherhood of Man out of retirement for 1/9/2015. So that was a bit of a
Yeah.
stretch. Katrina maybe, but she's not with the Waves anymore. In fact, I think she was married to one of the Waves and then they split.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll get 3 of the Bucks Fizzies. They don't call themselves Bucks Fizz anymore. Lulu could do it.
yeah.
Definitely Lulu could come do one performance. She's still got it. Not so sure about Sandy Shaw, but you never know.
Because if you think about it, when you've had previous winners before over the years, like all across Europe, none of the UK ones have ever been invited. They never have.
That's because we've never really been, mind you.
No, our winners have never been invited to perform. Same with Ireland. Whereas Johnny Logan would probably do it, wouldn't he?
Well, Johnny Logan did go back to perform to begin with in '88. You know, for his winning song last.
I know, but I mean, he's never like for instance, you get Mons performing in, say, Tel Aviv or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
You never got.
Oh, I see.
You've never had any English or Irish winners go into those.
Brian's saying "Shout" as a tune. Shout by Lulu.
Yeah.
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 You make me wanna shout.
Brilliant.
My heart goes boom bang a bang.
Boom, bang, bang. Oh, we know that one. What else did you say?
Brilliant.
And he was on the 2020 edition. Who was it? Monzumalo or Mabindim? Yeah, so we've covered quite a lot now, haven't we? in regards to that? What else can we cover? We've got about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about best and worst winners for you?
Oh my god! Well, you don't need to ask what my worst winner is. Winner.
Yeah.
Winner.
Worst winner.
See, I thought you were going to say song. Sorry, Norway last year. This year, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm already mentally in 2023 at the moment. So,
Yeah.
Oh, he just mentioned, although Lulu is Scottish, she may still be bitter. I have my doubts, but you never know. Carry on
Yeah.
with your worst winner.
Worst winner? That is a good question.
But for me, it's Stefania.
Yeah, no, I can see why you'd say it.
Followed by Toy.
I still say Toys the worst.
Then-
At least Stephanie is a song.
Then 1944.
At least it
then-
wasn't ridiculous.
Then Molliver.
I'd
and
have to.
Rock Me.
I'd have to go with the toy.
Yeah.
With toy.
Yeah.
I'd have to. My favourite winner is Sweden 2013 Euphoria.
2012.
2012.
Yeah, Euphoria, classic.
Euphoria. Sorry, I get the
Absolute
years
classic.
mixed for this stuff, but yeah,
That's fine.
2012.
My favourite winner is Rock and Roll Kids.
Yeah, but that's back in yonder times.
Yeah.
But Nicole kind of more or less joined the party in
Would say
literally 2012. Yeah, 2012 is when you properly joined the party.
Yeah.
Ness is the worst, says Brian. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure. Well,
I mean,
I think we're all saying Ness is the worst.
it was just basically a rehash of Old MacDonald Had a Farm, but with Addie Pikachu.
Added Pikachu, added social justice warriors, added #MeToo, added all that jazz. Look, can get why it won, but it literally was a case of either you're voting for it or you're not.
Yeah.
Is that it was a Marmite song?
Yeah.
That's why it was.
Yeah.
It was hated. Netto's still living up to her reputation of predicting the host city. Yes.
Yes.
Why does she keep screwing it up?
I don't know. Yeah.
But you,
What do you mean?
what's your favourite winner?
Rock and Roll Kids.
Yeah.
And yours?
Ooh.
Rock and Roll Kids.
I mean, the obvious one and cliche one I would say is ABBA Waterloo, but in terms of recent times, I would still just about say Euphoria Lorraine.
Yeah.
As much as I love Måneskin, City of Bueni.
Hard Rock Hallelujah as well.
Do you know, I kind of gone off with it a little bit.
Really?
A little bit, yeah. It's sort of squeezing in my top
We
10.
both love Sweden that year.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it was.
Loved it.
It was just something else, that song, wasn't it?
It was.
Basically, you knew it was going to be the winner from the start.
Yeah. Even those in rehearsals, inadvertently thought Sweden were going to win it.
Yeah,
Because they were mentioning, oh, here's the winner, sweet. Oh, no, we're going to mention somebody else because of, voting.
yeah.
Do you want to have a fun fact? If Rome hosted last year, we would have had Rotterdam, Liverpool, and Rome. Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good fact.
This could be Rotterdam or anywhere, Liverpool or Rome, because
Very good.
Rotterdam is anywhere alone.
That's very
Love
good.
that.
Yeah,
Well done.
yeah.
Well done, Brian.
Yeah.
There's that.
Worst UK entry,
Oh,
Electric Velvet.
100%.
Embers.
Oh, Embers is a good shout, to be fair.
Yeah, it is up there.
I would still say Electric Velvet because
Yeah.
as a song, Electric Velvet is just bonkers.
Yeah, I know.
Even when you listen to it on the studio, it's just so
God,
not a Eurovision
I
song.
still remember that night. Me and you sat on that sofa to watch the reveal. We were all excited to hear the song, and our face just went
dropped.
like that. And then afterwards, we turned to each other and went, "What the fuck was that?" Didn't we?
Language, but yeah, still.
Yeah, it was just so
Yeah.
bad. The potato waffle advert gone wrong.
Brian says Javine was his worst. Touch My Fire.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't think it was one of the worst.
It's still a song.
But I think it copied every way that I can.
Oh god, yeah, it copied it. Hence why we did rubbish. And also
Yeah.
we performed second, which didn't help either.
No.
But it was definitely a copy, and even the old nip slip wouldn't help her.
Love Games was probably the worst in the 80s.
Still did decent out of it. Still got top 10.
Yeah, Embers is definitely up there as a bad song.
I still say the worst is Electric Velvet.
Yeah, and
Sorry
Bigger
we
Than
didn't
Us.
get last with it. I don't know how we didn't get
I
last.
just didn't
We should have
enjoy
done.
any.
Bigger Than Us, that weren't very good either, was it?
I would say it's still a song, but just a forgettable one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Although we were kind of initially in favour of it.
Right, Barring Sam, best non-winning UK entry. Best non-winning UK entry, apart from Sam.
Oh, that's a very good question.
You're gonna have to go through a lot of 16 second places apart from Sam, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
very good question.
I would rather still say Sam Ryder if I'm honest with you, but that's only because we're going by modern times.
Yeah.
Best second place. Do you know what? Go by Scott Fitzgerald is a good shout.
Yeah.
He came extremely close to winning it if it wasn't for the 2-2 of Celine Dion.
Yeah.
What
no,
about
that is
Congratulations by Cliff?
Oh, that's a good
good.
shout.
That's a good one too. Yeah, yeah.
I think of the other second
an honourable
places.
mention, Comeback by Jessica Garlick, because before Sam, that was our best entry this decade.
It was, and it really was officially fourth. I know we drew level points with Estonia, but if we went by Comeback, we went fourth, okay? Not joint third. Jessica Garlic, yeah, he literally just mentioned Jessica Garlic, Brian. That sounds good to me in terms of bad songs.
Yes.
It's up there, but again, still a song. We only did rubbish because he performed it atrociously on the night.
And also, a lot of people don't like Teenage Life, but we actually like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it is what...
It
I would
was,
say it's a song that should not be made today, quote unquote.
no.
But,
the song was also the Eurovision entry the year we left school.
It was.
Yeah,
It
so,
made sense.
yeah.
It made sense to us. Well, it was the year for you, I was a couple of years behind. But,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. Jade, it's my time in terms of the best.
Very good
Very
entry.
good.
It's a good entry.
Yeah.
But too musical. Very musical. But it did bring us back into the game. Musicals normally tend to do well if you do it right.
Yeah, funny
That's
enough, that was in Russia.
That's true.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And Russia, I think, actually gave us points.
I don't know how many they did, but it did give us quite a bit of points.
Yeah. Which is weird.
I wonder if Russia would have given us points this year.
No, probably not.
I think they would have done.
I don't think the televote would have done.
No, they would have done.
No.
Televote, yes. Maybe not so much televote, but definitely juries. I think the juries would have been more polite.
Yeah. Do you reckon we're going to get any returning countries this year?
Well, let's move returning countries aside. One country which seems likely to finally make its debut,
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
I agree. I
Hello,
would love them to be in it.
Yeah.
Because if you think they've taken part in Junior Eurovision for quite a long time now,
Yeah.
I think it's just right for them to come into the main contest.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
That would be brilliant.
Yeah.
And imagine Borat being
And also,
involved in
the block voting between them and Azerbaijan will be interesting.
And Russia. Well, I was going to say Russia, but maybe Ukraine.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be Ukraine, not Belarus anymore, but Ukraine, Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan that are going to be in that block. And
Yeah.
maybe Armenia at a push.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you ain't going to give Azerbaijan any points.
No.
Half of them are Russian. Oh, Kazakhstan, I think he's on about. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you reckon Turkey a return?
No.
No, I don't. I don't.
I don't know why they don't want to, but
I could see Hungary returning, you know, if there was going to be a returning country.
one country I do want to see on a regular basis because they've done well in the past, and that's Bosnia and Herzegovina, but
That's due to the financial side of things.
which is a shame because they've done some really good entries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one they released back in the 90s, that I think was their best one, where they came in Bosnia tonight when they actually had to come through the war zone to actually get to Eurovision. I thought
That was brilliant.
Yeah, I
thought
thought-
seeing that.
Turkey are bitter, maybe, and he says Azerbaijan should be banned. Well, human rights.
Yeah, but also they kind of invaded Armenia, didn't they?
They
recently?
did.
So
There's
technically,
more than a start.
there's a precedent.
Oh,
now.
I've just realised how being idiots. My apologies. Armenia and Azerbaijan ain't going to vote for each other, obviously.
No. What about Morocco? Do you reckon you'd ever see them return?
No, don't see that.
It was a one-off.
What about letting the winner of the American Song Contest take part?
Well, as a US.
Yeah.
If the US ever take part in Eurovision, I would literally wrap a rope around my head and pull it up.
That's why I said it, because of the reaction.
Yeah.
What about Canada?
Sorry. Canada, no. Absolutely not. This should not be in... The USA... Look, I don't mind Australia in it because they are big fans of it. Much as it is still a little bit of a joke, but...
Yeah.
Anywho, they're big fans of it. Just deal with it. They tend to do well anyway, so who cares? Are you surprised how well Snap is doing in...
Oh, yeah, we mentioned that earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
We are. I mean, we always thought it was actually a good song. I reckon we thought it should have scored a few more points on the night.
Probably should have done, but what I still find
it's been the biggest hit out of this year's contest.
that's only because for somewhere, I think it was June, literally on the day of June 22nd. Since then, it just went because of that particular lyric.
Yeah.
That's how I think it first started in terms of the wave of the momentum on social media and all the rest, which is still going, by the way. A lot of people are still using that song.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable. I was on holiday recently and I was playing it in a restaurant. Or it was playing in a restaurant. Wow.
That's brilliant.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's mad because...
You hear Eurovision songs sometimes in the most random places.
That's true.
Like that time you went bowling.
Yeah.
They played Fuego in there.
They did play Fuego.
Just as soon as we started playing pool, wasn't it? And
It was.
I go, it's Fuego.
Fuego. Fuego.
That should have won over Toy.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah. Much better song.
Hello, B Trappy. At 10... what does he say? At 10:48 a.m. at October 8th, our beloved Cristiano Ronaldo was... What? Get off. Hang on. Get that off. Thank you very much. Some random person. So, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to get rid of this geezer.
Okay, what's it about Cristiano Ronaldo?
Ignore that. It's just some random dude.
Yeah, but block him.
Spamming.
Yeah, spamming rubbish.
Yeah, but I think
You don't give us fake information. Alright.
no fake news.
No fake news, thank you very much. If you're going to carry on chatting on here and say hi, fine.
But no fake news.
No, definitely not.
No fake news or yet.
Yeah, great.
We don't like with Donald Trump like that.
Yeah.
He says I'm joke. Well, fair enough, but please don't do that again. I'm just going to remove that comment. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So what were we talking about before we got interrupted by fake news?
And
Azerbaijan looking to... an Azerbaijani looking to get banned, apparently. What? What's that?
And apparently it was Azerbaijani who came on to that part.
Oh, was it Azerbaijan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe so. Maybe so.
Do you think North
Nice to meet you, Trappy, but just don't give us that rubbish.
Do you think North Macedonia and Bulgaria are going to withdraw?
Who? Bulgaria?
Yeah, and North Macedonia. Do you think they're going to withdraw?
Well, I hope not Bulgaria.
No,
I really hope not Bulgaria. North Macedonia, I hope not either, but I would rather keep more Bulgaria than North Macedonia. No offence if you're North Macedonian, it's just Bulgaria have done good history in the past.
Yeah.
So for history's sake, I'd rather keep Bulgaria than over Macedonia. Although that being said, they did do well in 2019 19, but not really.
Yeah,
personal choices.
I could see Hungary returning though, because they usually take a couple of years out sometimes and then they come back. So I think I could see them coming back in 2023 if there's going to be a returning country.
Yeah, could do.
Yeah.
And to be honest, they've been carrying on their national final even though they're not in Eurovision. Would you believe?
Who's this? No, not Macedonia. Who's this?
Hungary.
Oh, Hungary. Hungary need to come back.
Yeah.
Hungary need to come back.
Yeah, because
Paul,
to be honest,
Macedonia. Yeah.
I was just thinking the other day as well. Hungary released that song, wasn't it? 2015. Boggy Wars for Nothing.
That'd be a good one.
That I think if that was entered, say this year, that would have won.
I don't know. It's a bit too cliche and a bit slow for.
But it had that emotion.
I mean, it came in 2015 under the back of a minor war thing, didn't it?
Yeah,
Crimean thing.
Yeah.
So, and it didn't even do that well.
No.
So, maybe that will well. And we've got 5 minutes to kill. Any other business in terms of the Eurovision world, my friends? Anything else?
So what do you reckon the UK Junior Eurovision entry will be like?
Probably a ballad knowing us.
Yeah.
I can hear the cries of a power ballad because we do that bloody well.
Yeah.
We hardly ever win, but we do bloody well with it. And I'd rather us at least do well in the contest rather than win it.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
I think they'll go to maybe try and win it, but maybe not to, or maybe they'll at least do well. I think the people will try and at least do well.
Do you think they'd host then Junior Eurovision if they won the?
Of course, you've got no choice. Same as the rules now.
Yeah.
Same as the main adult Eurovision rules now. I would love Graham Norton to host the results and rip the peas out of Greece and Cyprus when they swap 12 points with each other. That would be
that would be good. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Greece and Cyprus, really? Do you have to do it every year? Do you really have to do it?
Every year.
Anyone from Greece and Cyprus, please let us know why on earth do you take the mick out of the whole thing by being absolute biggest pals on the entire planet?
What I can't understand is, right, you know, you had all those, like, countries doing, like, with the juries, they got kicked off.
Yeah.
How come Greece and Cyprus never get punished for it?
I think there's something really.
They've been doing it for years.
I know they've been doing it for years, but at the end of the day, it's something you really can't control. You can't.
You can't ban the juries from voting for them.
Yeah.
Couldn't you?
Yeah. If it's every year.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the jury shouldn't be allowed to give the maximum points to Cyprus, and Cyprus shouldn't be allowed to give the maximum points to Greece.
Well, here's the thing, like, in comparison to what we've seen with those 6 juries' results being null and void,
Yeah.
to their own ones, those 6 countries were a complete anomaly.
Yeah.
Like, they were countries you would never think would be absolute pals with each other, if you think about it.
No.
Whereas, when you compare it with like neighbouring countries like Greece and Cyprus, or say the Scandinavians, or certain people in the the Balkan countries, or indeed at a push some countries in the West, or even Ireland and the United Kingdom. That's something you can't really control because at the end of the day, it is our choice to vote for country songs which feel more familiar to us.
Yeah.
Okay, Greece and Cyprus take the mickey if you ask me, but it's something you can't control. And you can't really control it, and we have to let that happen, which is annoying.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But in terms of like what the juries or 6 countries, random jury countries, did to this year, was a whole step too far, and the EBU rightly did put them to bed in terms of
Yeah, if you looked at the votes, that was ridiculous.
Oh, it was a joke. It was an absolute, and the EBU did the absolute right thing.
Yeah.
You can't control Greece and Cyprus. That's unfortunately something they can't control. They take the mick out of it every year, of course they do, but Greece and Cyprus were sort of used to it.
Yeah.
And even they know that. So there you go. I think the jury shouldn't know what countries the songs are from. That would be a very good idea.
Also, yeah,
but alas, you can't do that.
And also, I would also say that there's an embargo that the juries can't listen to any of the songs until the night.
Yeah.
The trouble is, though, That's a good idea and everything, but then you would have to police like the national finals and not people knowing which songs are going to be representing who for the contest.
I'll have the juries vote in separate rooms, so they don't actually have like the.
I suppose you
the
could control the jury vote in that sense, but no doubt some jury members will find out who's representing who in some public capacity because it's always in the public domain anyway.
No, I mean, so they can't talk to other jury members.
Oh, that? Well, you could definitely try to do that.
Yeah, and also another thing I would also do to make things even more fairer, I would say for instance you got semi-final 1, I'd have the juries from of the countries taking part in semi-final 2 vote in semi-final 1. And then you would have the juries of the countries taking part in semi-final.
So basically those participating in semi-final 1 vote in semi-2 and vice versa. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think that's how it would make things a lot more fairer because all of those are neutral juries. They're not actually going to like try and.
Again, the only thing I will say is, what if Cyprus and Greece were in separate semi-finals? That's the only thing I'm going to say.
Well, you'd make them in the same semi-final, so they can't vote.
It's down to the luck of the draw at the end of the day. So whatever. Do you know if the EBU didn't intervene, we'd be heading to Spain next year? Well, probably, but even if Ukraine were involved? Because I know if Ukraine wasn't involved, we would be heading to Spain. There's no denying that. But that's news to me. So if Ukraine were involved, we'd be heading to Spain, or were involved in the whole whatever. Well, a lot of the Jews would vote for Spain instead of the UK. Because I know for a fact when you took those jury points away, a lot more points went to us. Out of those 6 countries that got punished, a lot of the points did go our way. I know at least we got 2 douze points.
Definitely.
Or maybe a couple more. Or was it 3 douze points? So I never interrupted proceedings 3 times. I know 2 of them went to the UK, which was quite funny. I have to know that. Anyway, I think we're going to be ending proceedings on there because we are out of time, I'm afraid. But we talked a lot about a lot of news that's come out over the last few weeks. Junior Eurovision songs. Potentially what could be for next year. Again, we're talking about it. But ultimately, the biggest news in the fact that Liverpool are hosting in the United Kingdom on behalf of Ukraine for the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest. And boy, we can't wait.
We
can't wait. No, because the way the points were redistributed. Fair enough. Okay, that makes sense. I'll have to redig all that. Anyway, we are out of time. Thank you so much for watching. To those of you who tuned in, if you are going to be re-tuning into this afterwards, go back and see what we've been saying, comment on it. And of course, like the video if you have, smash that button for good measure. And of course, if you haven't already done so, if you're new to tuning into all of this, God bless you, first of all. I'm Jamie Jew, this is my Eurovision channel, this has been Damo, and this has been Nicole. There's been a live stream, and please do subscribe, because I'll be doing more and more Eurovision
More content coming.
More content coming.
More content coming, absolutely. More reactions to the Junior Eurovision songs.
And then when they're all done, we'll have a stream where we go through all the songs to think who's going to win and things
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah. There'll be more streams, more videos to come. There's no problems. Anyway, that's all we're going to be doing for tonight.
See you later.
See you later, everybody.
Bye.
Peace out.